Alright people, so I wanted to make a little bit of a video here on what's happening in Ferguson, Missouri. So let's just go over this right now, what happened. This guy, Michael Brown, robbed a store, a convenience store, or whatever, stole some cigarettes or whatever, cigars, I don't know what they were. Pushed some guy out of the way and got out of the store. Um, and then I guess after he was done robbing the store, he was walking down the middle of the street. Some police officers stopped him and told him to get on the sidewalk. And something happened, and Michael Brown was shot and killed. Um, and the thing is, and this is probably what most people uh, aren't fucking paying attention to, or they are paying attention to, but they're paying attention to it way too much. Him robbing the convenience store, I mean, it's a detail, but it's irrelevant because the cop did not know that he robbed the convenience store. He also had marijuana in his system, I guess, but that still doesn't really matter, I don't think. Um, but I guess some sort of brawl ensued or whatever. And they're saying, oh, there was shots fired. I've been hearing a ton of different fucking stories, so I don't know what to fucking believe. I find it hard to believe, though, that this police officer was 100% right in killing Michael Brown. Because I just don't find it way plausible that an unarmed 18-year-old can, with marijuana in his system too, can, fucking threaten a cop like that without having a knife, a gun, nothing. And witnesses say he had his hands up, so I'm gonna believe that. As opposed to believing some fucking police agency or some government agency, I'm gonna believe people who were actually there and saw it, as opposed to some idiots, and they're not, I shouldn't call them idiots, but just some people in the fucking police department or some people in Washington. I'm gonna believe the witnesses who actually saw it. I see the witnesses are saying Michael Brown had his hands up in the air, so I'm gonna believe them. But was this police officer justified in shooting Michael Brown? That's the question. I don't know. But I'm leaning towards no, he was not, because I don't know yet, but I don't know if we'll ever know, but I find it hard to believe that Michael Brown could have posed a legitimate threat to this police officer, and they say, oh, he got his gun somehow, he was, fighting with him or whatever. Still, like, can't you just taser him? I mean, just taser the guy? It's like, come on, like, I don't think he posed a legitimate threat. It's like you got a police officer, a trained police officer with a gun, a taser, versus, I don't know if he had a taser, I'm assuming he had a taser, so every police officer carry a taser, versus an 18-year-old unarmed guy, unarmed boy, whatever, with marijuana in his system. It just seems a little bit fishy to me. So let's get to so then there's protests, like, this guy shouldn't have been killed, and they start robbing a convenience store, and shit like that. I think, I don't think the officer was justified in killing him, because witnesses say he had his hands up, so, I don't think he was justified, because witnesses say he had his hands up, so I think he could have, if he was actually in danger, I don't think he had to kill the guy, so, the protest, whether they're right or wrong, is irrelevant. They still have a right to protest. You still got a First Amendment. Yes, there are some people robbing stores. A few people are robbing stores, acting like retards, stealing stuff. And who knows? These people could be government run. I'm not saying they are. I haven't seen any evidence of it, but they could be government run to justify martial law being declared in Ferguson. And yes, there is martial law declared in Ferguson. But I don't think they are. But it's always a possibility. You never know with this government. But they're stealing. So there's a few people stealing. Just because there's a few people stealing, or robbing a store, does not mean I get my rights taken away. Just cause let's say every on my neighborhood here, let's say a few people on my block steal some stuff or do drugs or do some shit, do some illegal bullshit. Like let's say they get caught with weed or whatever. 3 guys in a month on my block get caught with weed. That does not mean that the government gets to come to my house and search it for weed. I still have my rights, even though other people act like retards. Um, so they're using tear gas. I see people getting fucking sprayed. Infowars.com has been doing a great job of covering this story. They've been putting up a lot of great videos. Sha'Carri Jackson gets hit with some tear gas and he's fucking gets all fucked up and shit, and actually they threw tear gas at Al Jazeera. I believe that's what the news network. They threw tear gas at Al Jazeera when they were filming. Totally illegal. You can film in public. And then the police storm in, take all their equipment, fuck with all their equipment and shit. It's like, really? That's the America we live in. And now there's a fucking curfew. Like, you heard about curfews, like when there was these uprisings in the Middle East. You're like, oh yeah, you expect that, that's the Middle East. But now we're hearing them in America. This is fucking, this is shocking. This is police state, Nazi Germany, just grade A bullshit right here. This is fucking a big thing going on. People, wake up. Stop paying attention to all this LeBron James bullshit, Johnny Manziel bullshit, whatever, I hear all about Johnny Manziel putting the middle finger to the Washington Redskins, whatever. Who the fuck cares? You got a fucking curfew in place. That's a violation of the First Amendment. We have a right to protest. We have a right, let me go through them all, I know them all. First Amendment, freedom of religion, assembly, press, petition, speech, 5 things. We have a right to all those things 24/7. There's no exceptions to the Constitution. 0. The Constitution is running 365 days a year, 24 hours a day. You get the point. You cannot say you don't get your constitutional rights from 12 p.m. or 12 a.m. to 5 a.m. whatever. I think that's what it is. That is some bullshit right there. And just because a few people are stealing some shit does not mean I get my rights taken away. It's fucking Nazi Germany, Soviet Russia. Like, they're using this situation to justify a police state. And people, I see a lot of people mad at it though. I saw CM Punk on Twitter mad about it. I don't see that many people supporting this. Just think what you want about whether the officer was justified shooting this guy. But no, there should not be martial law declared in Ferguson for this. Yeah, few people are protesting. If there's a big influx of, robberies or whatever, for whatever reason, and they want to bring in the National Guard or whatever, the National Guard can't stop fucking robberies. You cannot stop a robbery, really. The only way to stop a robbery is, you can't really. You have to have a good security system, or you have to have guns. Second Amendment, people. Guns to protect against not only criminals or bad people, but tyrannical governments. So you gotta have, guns, so, to stop these bad guys from looting. Sending in the National Guard isn't gonna do much, I don't think, or the feds. It's not gonna do much. I think that, having guns, like civilians, that's the best way to stop these robberies, is by having guns, protecting yourselves, Second Amendment, and that's why it's there. And you see all this tyrannical government. This is why we have the Second Amendment, people. They're spraying us with tear gas. Like, I go back to the Bundy situation, the Bundy Ranch. They had guns They didn't fuck with them. They backed off. You know, they didn't fuck with them because they had guns. They were exercising their Second Amendment rights. They had guns. Well, here, they're, you know, they're blacks. A lot of them are black people. They probably don't have guns. Probably because, you know, they're not familiar with this type of culture. You know, maybe they're poor, unfortunately, but you don't see any people with guns walking around. And if they were, they probably would get fucking, you know, questioned and arrested maybe. You know, the first time it's not even existing anymore, so second probably wouldn't be either, but like if they were walking around with guns, I don't think they would be spraying tear gas at them. And this is bullshit. You get innocent protesters fucking sprayed with tear gas. Peaceful. Most of them are peaceful. You know, it's sad, you know. This is a fucking police state now. I just hope, you know, that we wake up, that this is our awakening, or at least a minor awakening, that people realize that, holy shit, what's going on here? You got fucking bullshit going on. You got the Constitution fucking abolished. This is like the most mind-blowing thing. Why isn't this fucking being, you know, the headline on fucking CNN, all the major news sites should be martial law declared in Ferguson, Constitution abolished in Ferguson, you know? But no, it's not. There's fucking innocent people being sprayed with tear gas on purpose, a fucking curfew, bullshit, you know, it's taking, you know, it's just a camera crew, filming, totally legal, First Amendment rights, you know, you can film in public, everybody does it, you can do it, yet you get the tear gas thrown at you and the police come in and steal all your camera equipment. Oh my, it's just totally fucking ridiculous. It's frustrating to see this happening. I'm like totally like, holy shit, look at what's going on, people. And a lot of people are awake to it, but other people are like I was talking to my dad about it, and he was supporting the killing of this Michael Brown. I'm like, hey, you say that they established a curfew in Ferguson? He's like, yeah, good. You know, I'm like, you do realize that's fucking, you know, against the Constitution. He's like, oh yeah, whatever, you know. Like, this is, like, if you support this, like, really, you fucking support this? Like, this is fucking, you know, ridiculous. Our Constitution is fucking in the toilet. No Constitution at all now. You know, it's you know, it's sad, you know, to see America like this, you know, a fucking police state where, you know, you do one bad thing, you know, or you don't even do any bad things, you know, like somebody, like you're in a fucking group, and a couple people in that group do some bad things, and you get associated with all those people, and you get the same treatment as those people who did bad things, and you didn't even do any bad things, and yeah, you get fucking treated like a criminal. You get tear gas thrown at you. That thing really fucks you up too. I saw Jakari Jackson, as I said, was really fucked up from that. So this is a frustrating thing happening. I just wish more people would unite in protest against this government. Maybe they're too scared of having tear gas thrown at their face though. Yeah, you know. So there you go, people. I'm gonna wrap this video up, but you know, just wake up to the fucking corruption of our government and this bullshit that's happening in Ferguson with the Constitution literally being abolished. So there you go, people.